Hello and welcome. I'm Lerin with Yellow Umbrella Yoga. Thank you so much for being here with me for a home practice, whether you're joining me live or on your time, whether here for the full 60 or 75 minutes or in small segments. I'm really glad you're here. Please join me as you're ready in a comfortable seat on your mat. For this month, we have a theme of nourishment and rooting and just a few practices for getting grounded. So I hope that something here will be useful. As we're getting settled, it could be nice to have a blanket or a towel or some form of cushion available. Also, if you have one available, a block or two could be nice. Also, a stack of books could work well. You could get creative. I invite you as well to have some water or tea or coffee, whatever the case may be for you, to just nourish yourself throughout practice. Take a little break whenever you need one. With that, I'll invite you to explore your mat, get settled. You can move any flesh out from underneath your hip bones to ground your seat on the mat a little more. You might extend foot away from your tongue on the mat as you place footprint on the floor. I'll invite you to just think so that you listen for a tool I'd like to share with you is that of Bu Mudra. A mudra is just a gesture we hold with our hands that allows us to kind of, it's like a yoga pose for our hands. It lets us hold an idea to return to with our focus whenever our thoughts inevitably wander. So this mudra, this gesture, is associated with an idea of earth, of rooting, of groundedness. And I like to imagine that with my number 2, as I extend my index finger and middle finger with my other fingers softly gathered together with my thumb, I like to think of a seed that has just sprouted little roots that are reaching out for the earth, looking for a spot to grow. So you might take one or both hands if you'd like to give this a try. You can adjust your seat comfortably. We'll move more in just a moment, I promise. You might plug your little roots into the floor, into the mat, or into your thigh yourself. And just notice the tactile feedback available there, the textures, the temperatures. For me, I think it's a little nice to limit how many fingers are taking in information and just use 1 or 2. We have so many nerve endings in each finger pad that allows our sense of touch to give our brains a lot of information throughout the day. Maybe bring your awareness to your breath. You could settle any amount more, moving your legs however you'd like. Maybe taking just a couple of breaths, preparing for movement as you plug into the earth, as you think tall thoughts and notice the parts of your body that are supported against gravity. Notice the sounds and movements in your space. Maybe any pets that have come to say hello. Another practice I'd like to offer that you might revisit throughout our time together is that of belly breathing. If you'd like to try it now, you might bring one hand to your belly, just beneath your lowest ribs, right under your sternum where your diaphragm unfolds from inside of your rib cage. Bring the other hand, if you choose, to rest on your chest. And this might feel a little backwards if this is new to you, but with a breath in, hi buddy. With a breath in, I encourage you to bring your awareness to your lower hand where my cat is asking me to rub him. Your lower hand resting on your belly and just press against it as your diaphragm comes out of your ribs. Maybe you can visualize this, maybe not, that's okay. And as you fill up, think of filling your lungs from the bottom up. Let your upper hand rise after your lower hand has come out any amount from your belly's pressure. Once you fill up, you might sip more air at the top. Notice the expansion of your rib cage. And allow both hands to draw closer to your spine as you exhale, contracting. Let's try that a couple times. You can do this at your pace, or you can just watch. Creating a wave with the breath that originates at the base of the lungs, as though your lungs have sprouted their own roots before growing tall, filling up more. Expanding outward, and exhale, softening, contracting, returning to the original state there, state of readiness. Inhale, fill up from bottom to top. Exhale. One more time. Cool. You can practice that diaphragmatic breathing anytime throughout our movement, or when we have a few minutes to settle at the end of our session. If you're ready to move, I invite you to explore half staff with me, seated half staff. You could again extend, we'll say the left foot. Maybe flex your toes towards your face as your right footprint comes to the floor. It can be close to your hips or farther away, whatever feels right now. From here, you might bring your left hand to plant on the mat behind you. Your thumb can point outward or inward, whatever feels right now. Think tall thoughts. Breathe in from your base to your crown. Flex your toes towards your face. You might bring your right hand to meet the left behind you. Again, you can scoot your hands closer or farther away. Thumbs might be turned in or out as you look up. See if you can fill up again from your belly, moving up into your chest, as though a string is tied to your sternum. You might look up. Maybe your head hangs back to rest on your shoulders. Exhale as your left hand might choose to reach towards the sky. Breathe in and breathe out as you reach for your extended left foot. It's okay if your hand doesn't reach. All bodies are different shapes and sizes, so let your practice look how it does. Your back hand can stay grounded on the mat as you lift, root to rise, breathe in. And with your lifted hand on your exhale, pairing the breath with the movement, reach for your toes, flex your toes towards your fingers. Notice where your hips are supported against the mat, your right hand rooted behind you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach for your toes. Find your groove, find your pace, find your flow. Adjusting as needed along the way. Two more times. Might tuck your chin and look at your lap before you come up. Nice. Meet me in seated neutral, looking ahead. Your left hand might come to connect with your right shin. With a breath in, you might begin to rotate your heart towards your right, using the strength of your arm connected with your shin. Maybe you come to look over your back hand, your other shoulder. Pause here, holding in your own strength, noticing where the air goes to massage your organs with another deep breath in from your belly up, expanding. Exhale, maybe you wind a little farther. Inhale to unwind. You might use your hands to help as you extend your opposite leg and bring the left foot to the floor. Your left hand can connect with the mat behind you, thumb turned inward or outward, or you could sprout those little roots with your Bhu Mudra, that's BHU, and connect with the earth with those fingertips, with your peace fingers behind you. Just choices. Notice the difference between sides as you flex your right toes towards your face, and maybe choose to inhale and lift your right hand towards the sky. So the same side hand is lifted as is the foot that is extended long on the mat. You know where we're going. Find your breath. On an exhale, reach for your toes. Maybe look at your lap. Inhale might lift. And exhale might help you reach. Inhale can lift. Exhale, reach. Tuck your chin, letting the back of your neck be long on the reach. And as you look up and reach towards 12 o'clock, your eyes might gaze towards the sky. Exhale, reach forward. Look down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Fill up. Exhale, reach again. Nice. When you feel complete, maybe your right hand connects with your left shin or whichever side you might be working with right now. Think tall thoughts with a breath in, noticing the connection of your other hand behind you on the mat. Use the strength of your crossed arm in front of you to help rotate your shoulders towards your lifted knee. Notice any sounds in the body. Maybe it's your breath, maybe popping and crackling. An exhale might help you wind a little farther, maybe looking over your back shoulder. Inhale, fill up your belly as you unwind your spine and face forward. From here, invite your bent knee to extend long on the mat, seated full staff pose. Again, you could move any flesh out from underneath and behind you, allowing your hip bones to connect a little more with the mat, maybe helping you sit a little taller. You could place both hands on either side of you, maybe even lifting as though to create air underneath your seat, like you're going to lift your hips all the way off the mat, but really just to sit a little taller. Nice. You can peel your hands off the mat. Continue thinking those tall thoughts, connecting your hips with the mat as you send your crown towards the sky. Leading with your heart and maybe Frankenstein arms, reach toward your flexed toes. Your knees can be bent if it feels nice to roll your blanket or towel and place it behind your knees or hamstrings. Please do so. Take care. We'll be here plenty long. They may find some links while we're here. As you take care, on an exhale, you can reach, grounding your heels with the mat, flexing your toes towards your face, looking at your lap, letting the back of your neck be long. Breathe in here, maybe connect your hands with the mat. Breathe out here, find softness. There's no right or wrong shape. Honor your edge. Listen to the cues in your body, especially if your hamstrings are tight. In the gym, they say no pain, no gain. But on the yoga mat, we say no pain, no pain. So please listen to those cues. All right, let's ragdoll a couple more times. You might extend your heels, maybe flex your toes so much that your heels come up off the mat. And then ground your heels again, still flexing your toes with strength towards your face. On an inhale, your arms might reach forward and up as you lean forward with your heart, bringing your belly towards your lap, still grounding those heels with the mat. And as you exhale, you might ragdoll forward, finding softness, letting your face be heavy towards your knees, tucking your chin. Continue to breathe. Just notice where your organs get a massage from sending air to new places. Roll up as you're ready. Your hands might walk towards you. Inhale, lift your crown. Maybe reach up. Exhale, reach forward on a long line, pressing your heels into the mat, squeezing the tops of your legs as you flex your toes. And reach towards your toes any amount. And when you come to your edge, your hand plant. In here, tuck your chin. Breathe out here. See if you can soften the face. Inhale, come up. Sit tall. You can move your blanket or towel up from underneath your knees if that is in place. Using your hands to support you, lift your hips and send them close to your heels, coming down to lie on your back. Take just a moment here to notice what flat feels like, allowing the mat to support you, allowing your spine to connect with the earth. You might tuck your chin, letting the back of your neck be long. You could take a moment to connect your hands with your belly and chest again, practicing your belly breath, lifting your lower hand first on an inhale. And both drawing close to you on an exhale. Stay here as long as you'd like, or if you're ready to move more, ground both footprints. You might reach with your hands and just tickle the backs of your heels for placement. You could heel toe your feet a little wider toward the long edges of your mat for additional stability. Drive your fists into the ground as though staking a tent down if you're a camper, and lift your hips with the strength of your arms, bringing your sternum towards the sky. Press into both feet with equal weight if you can. Still tucking your chin, letting the back of your neck be long. Resting on your strong shoulders in bridge pose. Breathe here. You might look at your belly and watch it rise as you inhale. And watch it fall as you exhale. Lower your spine one vertebrae at a time, peeling down to the mat, putting your hips down last. Notice the support there again as you breathe in. And as you breathe out.